Texas Stadium, the Dallas Cowboys and quarterback Troy Aikman, fresh from their convincing opening game win over the Giants, host John Elway and the rebuilt Denver Broncos, conquerors of Buffalo last week. We're minutes away from the opening kickoff. First to New York, and Greg Gumbel.
We welcome you back to our NFL on NBC studio. We'll get you to the kickoff in just a moment. First, let's catch you up on
Texas Stadium, bathed in 85 degrees sunshine. 65,000 plus a sellout to see the Broncos and the Cowboys in a week that has been full of whoosh and a lot of Dion. And it's Sanders' smile that they hope will bring smiles to the Cowboy faithful in their third Super Bowl title in the last 4 years. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this battle. AFC Broncos against the NFC Dallas Cowboys, and who better to analyze this Dallas team than a man who faced them some 30 times, Phil Simms. Let's look at it from the Denver defensive side. How do they stop this high-octane Dallas offense?
Well, they need some luck, but it's really just pick your poison against this Dallas Cowboy offense. Do you want to die a slow death, or do you want to die the quick death? The slow death, sit back in a base defense and watch Emmitt Smith run up inside 5, 6, and 8-yard gains. The quick death, commit another guy from the secondary to come up in there and give one-on-ones to Michael Irving and Troy Aikman.
So how will Denver play it?
Well, we talked to the Denver coaches and players, and they believe you cannot let the Cowboys control the tempo with Emmitt Smith running inside. So look for Steve Atwater to come flying out of that secondary to make tackles against Emmitt Smith on the line of scrimmage. And Michael Irvin knows he's going to get bump and run coverage outside. He likes his chances.
All right, while Dallas will welcome Dion in late October, they lost their best cover corner, Kevin Smith, with an Achilles. He's out for the year. The injury against the Giants, Paul McGuire. So John Elway, he looks at that Dallas defense today without Dion and without Smith. What does he see?
Well, he smiles. Of course, he's always smiling, Dick, and he smiles because with Smith in there, it cut the field down to 2/3. What would happen? He would go to Brown's side. Now Smith is gone. Holmes is over there, and Elway's going to spread this ball around. He's got Miller back this week. He's got Pritchard and also Shannon Sharp. So I just see John Elway spreading the ball all over the field. He knows he doesn't really, Dallas, they don't have the corners that can cover his wide receivers.
Oklahoma 1975, 20 years ago, the Sooners national champions. Their head coach, Barry Switzer, and he hired a new young assistant, 22-year-old from Eastern Illinois, Mike Shanahan. Shanahan said his first job brought him $60 a month and good dorm food. Now Shanahan in his third stop in Denver is the head coach, and Pat Bowlen promises more money and much better dining. His team won 22-7 against Buffalo. In his debut as head coach, Sean Baker, one of 2 kickers. He is on this Dallas roster because of his long, high kickoff. And the Giants' average start was inside the 20-yard line. Glenn Milburn, who didn't catch a pass or run a play against the Bills, is the deep man for the Broncos. He takes it from the 5. Milburn gets some opening on the outside at the 30. And Milburn to the 41-yard line on a solid return for the Broncos of 36 yards. Darren Woodson bumped him out. John Elway, now at 35, the oldest Bronco, has Zimmerman, Schlereth, Nalen, Habib, and Broderick Thompson as the blocking wall. Terrell Davis, the rookie from Georgia, debuted with 70 yards rushing. Rod Bernstein, the former Charger. Miller and Pritchard on the outside, and Shannon Sharp, 10 catches, 180 yards against the Bills. Ed McCaffrey comes in the 3 wide, the former Giant. Miller, who did not play last week, hamstring, is to the right. And Mike Pritchard to the left. Fake to Davis. Elway breaks out of the tackle of Colbert, but Charles Haley gets him from the other side. Charles Haley, the superstar pass rusher of the Cowboys, who looks for the 100th sack this year. Tolbert, very underrated, and the Cowboys said, we like you, and they gave him a lot of money to prove it. Edwards, Jones, and Miles are the linebackers. Watch 47, Clayton Holmes, his first start, going for Kevin Smith. Brown on the other side with Marion and Woodson, the safeties, and Scott Case as the 5th back. 2nd and 6. Give it to Davis, and nothing there. Maybe a yard. Russell, Maryland, and Leon Lett to stuff it at the 45, where it'll be third down and 6. Leon Lett developing into a all-pro power inside for Dallas. Broncos third down 6. Pritchard again left, and Miller, who has the best speed, is to the bottom of your screen. Shannon Sharp to the left. Elway. Good protection. Plenty of time. Finally throws incomplete. Ed McCaffrey had finally moved up to help out, but by the time he got there, he was out of bounds. Chad Hennings applying the pressure.
Nobody got open on that play. All the receivers ran down right to the Dallas defenders. John Elway had nowhere to go with the football. Good job of containment by the defensive line of the Dallas Cowboys.
Kevin Williams returned 2 for touchdowns last year, and he's had 4 touchdown returns in 2 seasons. The former Miami Hurricane almost blocked is the punt by Tom Ruin, but a good roll for Denver that'll go inside the 10, and doesn't want to die. Finally at the 4-yard line. Billy Davis was the return man for Dallas.
Billy Davis comes right up the middle here and really has a chance to block this punt. Lays out just a little bit too early and just misses it off the foot of the punter. Broncos really get lucky right there. A short punt, and it takes about a 20-yard bounce down to the 3-yard line. So they went from getting a punt block to having great field position for their defense.
Troy Aikman and the Cowboys start from inside their 4-yard line. Michael Irvin to the left and Kevin Williams to the right. The tight end Jay Novacek on the left side had a big game against the Giants. He's in motion. Johnston and Emmitt Smith, and Aikman throws on first down down the middle to Irvin. First down at the 25. Lionel Washington and Tyrone Braxton with a tackle, a 20-yard play.
What happens right here is that Steve Atwater, the safety, comes flying up inside. It's single coverage outside. Troy Aikman, great anticipation, lays it inside for Michael Irvin.
Yeah, but when you see this play thrown, though, Phil, when you see Irvin come down, watch, the ball is in the air now. It's in the air before he makes the turn. And that's confidence in your receiver, knowing he's going to be in the spot you throw the football.
Irvin led the Cowboys with 7 catches against New York on Monday night. Aikman able to get it away and complete to Irvin. He saved a sack as James Jones and Shane Brunette, along with Simon Fletcher, were all in on the Dallas quarterback. Cowboys line up this way, averaging 320. Those 5 offensive linemen, Tuane Newton, Donaldson, Allen, and Eric Williams, back from his traffic accident knee surgery last year. Aikman has the incomparable Emmitt Smith, 1,400 yards plus 4 straight years. No NFL backs ever done it. Johnston the blocker, Irvin and Williams outside, Novacek the tight end, and Corey Fleming is the 3rd wide receiver. They send Johnston the fullback out on a wing and then in motion. 2nd and 10. Down the middle. Intercepted by Steve Atwater, and Atwater is to the 31 of the Cowboys. Five-time Pro Bowler Steve Atwater from Arkansas with a pick, and the Broncos have the first serious scoring chance.
What happens here, Steve?
Back to Texas Stadium with 10:40 left in the opening quarter. No score. Here's the Denver D. Dan Williams, James Jones from Cleveland. Shane Brunette replaces Michael Dean Perry out with knee surgery. Should be back in 3-4 weeks. Elijah Alexander led the Broncos in tackles last year. Dante Jones from the Bears. Britt Hager of the ex-Eagle. Crockett and Washington, the former Raider, of the corner. Steve Atwater, you've already met. And Tyrone Braxton at safety. Randy Hilliard comes in the nickel.
Greg Robinson, defensive coordinator. This guy has done a great job, especially when we watched him Sunday night against the Buffalo Bills. Nothing. They got 1 touchdown early in the game, and that was it.
From just outside the 10-yard line, Emmitt Smith, his first carry, no gain. Britt Hager around the ankles for the tackle.
All right, in Kansas City, in overtime, Lynn Elliott, a 23-yard field goal. The Giants blow a 17-3 lead, lose it to the Chiefs 20-17. The 2-0 Chiefs face the 2-0 Raiders next week. Let's go back to the Three Musketeers in Dallas.
All right, thank you, Greg.
Well, I wish they'd have won the Giants. The only reason because Phil Simms just drilled me. He's mad.
It wasn't because of that. It's other things.
Fake to Smith. Aikman down the middle.
Complete to the tight end, Jay Novacek. First down at the 29. 18 on the play.
Elijah Alexander has the duty of trying to cover Jay Novacek here. Both safeties are deep. Jay Novacek underneath. It's hard to stop him. As soon as he comes out of break, once again, the ball is right on time.
Don't you love the way he looks out to the outside to hold Alexander out there, making Alexander think that I'm going to go outside, and then come back to the inside, sheds him, makes the catch. Nice play.
Smith. And to the 32-yard line, the pickup of 3. Hager and James Jones, the tacklers. Emmitt Smith last week led all NFL rushers on opening game with 163 yards. Not a bad average. And 4 touchdowns, tying the Cowboys single game record. And with the 4, has 75 career rushing touchdowns to pass Tony Dorsett. That's the best ever in Dallas history.
Phil, so far, what have they picked? The slow death or the quick death?
That's right. They're going for the slow one. Here comes Steve Atwater up again.
2nd and 7, and Smith dancing outside. Flag down as Smith tackled at the 35. And Jerry Markbright signals holding against Dallas.
It looked like Eric Williams, number 79. Now, he hadn't had a whole lot of work.
Holding number 79, offense. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
He's saying to Allen, I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Here's the plan the Broncos have. You see Steve Atwater. He's going to run up here right before the snap, so he becomes the 8th man on that defensive front to stop Emmitt Smith. Comes up in the hole. Nobody there for him. Makes the play.
The hole is trying to get to the outside with Eric Williams, and he's holding inside. It opens it up. There's Atwater making a tackle. You know, looking at him yesterday, Dick, he is huge, Steve Atwater. I didn't realize how big and how well put together this guy is.
6'3" and 220 and plays like a cornerback. Aikman, receivers covered, has to scramble and slides at the 26-yard line. Troy said, I've committed myself to understanding that at my age I'm not mobile anymore. I'm going to wear a bigger mask. I'm going to wear the knee brace on the left knee. I'm going to wear the high tops and only do that, which we've just seen on rare occasions.
Well, you can make those kind of commitments when you have this offensive line in front of you blocking. You know, you're not going to run, but maybe once or twice a game.
You know, that last play, the linebacker, Brett Hager, came in and took Novacek out of the play, and that's where Troy Aikman was looking.
Brings up 3rd and 13. Aikman, 75% completions against the Giants and no intercepts. Pressure on, and Aikman has to dump it onto a wide area. Corey Fleming, a 3rd wide receiver, was the closest Cowboy. They brought Ray Crockett from the corner to put pressure.
Elijah Alexander right out here is going to come untouched because they have everybody covered inside, so there's not enough people to pick up all the defenders that are coming. Emmitt does a good job of picking up the secondary defender, but 7 people coming, only 6 blockers.
Shade and Dronette then drop back into coverage. Glenn Milburn at the Denver 30 as John Jett ready to deliver his first punt.
Oh, beautiful.
What a spiral. Will it ever come down? Milburn juggles at the 23 and ducks out of bounds just shy of the 30. You're watching the NFL on NBC. Back in Dallas, 5:06 left in the first quarter. No score. Dallas gradually improving its starting field position. The first series at the 4, then the 11, and now at the 20-yard line. Denver with the only chance on Atwater's interception and return to the 31. But unable to move the ball against Barry Switzer's defense. It's a very fast group of 11 men, isn't it, Phil?
Yes, it is. It's that's the thing that makes it so hard when you play them. Not only the physical, but the speed. Even if you fool them for a second, they make up for it.
I got to believe they got to be going to Kevin Williams because they're double covering everybody else.
First at Emmett Smith. Stop, start, 5, 10, 15 for Emmett Smith.
You know, it's how long can you contain Emmett Smith? 1, 2, 3 plays, and then all of a sudden he runs. But when you look at the blocking up front, he just tells those linemen, you block, I'll find the hole, and he does. Look at the moves he has. But look at how fast he is. He shifts the ball into the right hand away from the defense, but how fast he is after he makes that second or third cut.
He's a key part of this Dallas offense. 4th most important contributor in the league last year. Barry Sanders of the Lions, number 1. Emmett again, and this time slowed up as Simon Fletcher down low, and then Dante Jones made the tackle. Now let's go to NFL in New York. And we'll get you that report in a moment. Second down, 8. Into the eyes of Simon Fletcher as Aikman throws to the sidelines, and a juggling catch by Kevin Williams. Steps out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and very dangerous as Ray Crockett has his hands in there looking for the interception.
Troy Aikman makes a tough decision here. He goes to the top and watch the defender come up, reads it, almost gets out to in front there. Oh, good job. Bad decision by Troy Aikman. Really gets away with an interception right there.
Crockett thought he had the ball, and you've got to make sure that you hold on to the ball. But Kevin Williams, I mean, that was just sensational. You talk about keeping your total concentration on the football. He did that.
That was an important 1-yard gain because Dallas retains possession. 3rd and 7. Aikman. Wide open is Novacek. Spins at the 50 and into the 47 of Denver. Braxton and Alexander make the tackle. 15 yards to the tight end.
You know, Dick, I'm sorry, you can't cover Novacek with a linebacker. I don't care how good Alexander is. Look at this, Novacek, watch what he does to him. He's got him turned around. Then he makes the catch. Now he turns around, slip, down. Novacek picks up another 6 yards. That's impossible. I'm sorry.
It's just a good changeup. Novacek's been coming across the middle, fakes going across the middle, comes back out.
2 catches now, 33 yards for the man in motion. Now it's Emmett's turn on first down. He never goes where you think he is. He starts into the hole, and then he sees an opening, at 2015 vision of his, and he picks up nearly a first down on first.
Emmitt Smith loves to cut back, but this time he follows his blockers, sees they got it sealed off on the inside, breaks it outside, and once he gets going straight ahead, he keeps his shoulder pad squares and goes, gets a couple extra yards.
Don't you like what he said to us? Telling the offensive lineman, the biggest line in football, 320 average. He says, look, just hit somebody. Don't turn around, because if you do, I may smack you in the gut.
2nd and 3. And good Denver defense to stop Smith there. It'll be 3rd and short as we now go to NFL in New York.
All right, Dick, in Cincinnati, this is Jacksonville's first ever touchdown. Steve Berline to Randy Jordan. This is good for 71 yards and a 7-3 Jacksonville lead over the Bengals. As we go back to Dallas, as we feel safe in calling that a franchise record, Dick.
Well, that's nice that the Jaguars' first touchdown is a memorable one, 71 yards.
I don't think the people in Cincinnati really care.
3rd down and a short 4. Give it to Smith, and a good defensive play made by one of the big guys up front, Harold Hasselback, number 96, the 2nd-year man from Washington who grew up in Amsterdam, the Netherlands.
Troy Aikman, that was a checkoff right there. He saw all the defenders back. He checks off to the run on the right side. Hasselback gets off, and look at Steve Atwater flying up in the hole to stop that run.
Mark Tuanay missed the block. Number 71, the left tackle. Hasselback was there. Came down the line of scrimmage. Good play.
Line of scrimmage to the 40. Ronnie Bradford, or it's Glenn Milburn who drifts back to the 10. Jet trying to hit one of those dying spirals. So fair catch, Milburn, and it'll be Denver's ball at the 13-yard line when we return as the NFL is on NBC. Welcome to this late afternoon in Texas Stadium. They're very excited about the Cowboys, and rightfully so after their win against the Giants. And Giants came back to play the Chiefs very tough today.
And we're seeing a great defensive football game so far in the first quarter. And neither one of these quarterbacks, Phil, have been able to do what they want to do.
We start the second quarter, 3rd down and 1. Broncos at their own 23. And it's Rod Bernstein. And the angular fullback appears to have the first down just shy of the 25. Leon Lett and company. Dixon Edwards in on the stop. The mark is at the 25. That'll be a first down.
Mike Shanahan loves the script about the first 20 plays of a game, but I think today, because they couldn't protect John Elway, that after about the first 10, he threw that thing down. So let's preserve John Elway. We need him for the rest of the game and the rest of the season. So he's changed that script a little, I think.
3 years in San Francisco will tell you the story about what that big page said about Jerry Rice. First down, Denver. And there may have been movement by the Broncos as they saw 2 extra Cowboys coming up on the line of scrimmage. No, it's a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So you saw Shanahan with that big chart that has all the situations for all the plays. He said when he went to San Francisco, his first year as offensive coordinator, they have a permanent printed chart. Then you fill in the plays, but permanently printed in bold letters was the name Jerry Rice. He said, I got the message early. Lots of plays for Jerry. Lots of plays.
Well, that's a good decision there.
1st and 15. Elway, his man well covered. Mike Pritchard out at the 28. And again, throwing under pressure.
There is a flag on the other side of the field, Dick, but the referee is saying the ball was tipped. So if there's any pass interference, it'll be called off. But there is motion.
So legal procedure against Shanahan's Broncos, and Dallas presenting some tough defensive looks for Elway and that offensive line.
They really are. And I tell you, John, this is like last week. They played the Buffalo Bills. They could not protect him last week very well. And today they thought Buffalo's pass rush was one of the best.
Illegal formation foul. Offense. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Penalties decline. 2nd down.
Have to have 7 men on the line of scrimmage.
Right down here, it looks like he's not on the line of scrimmage. I think that's what he's talking about. Oh, no, I'll take that back. Here's the guard must have been too far back. I take it for granted the linemen are going to get on the line of scrimmage.
You're supposed to.
We're back to the 20-yard line, 2nd and 15. Elway batted in the air, intercepted by Larry Brown. And Brown tackled by Elway at the 7.
You know, they've been in Elway's face all day long, and it just happens again. They're right there in the middle of the line. We're in his face. Elway goes back. There's just no place to go. And when you're driving the offensive lineman that far back into his face, I think that was Talbert was the guy that got it.
No, Chad Hennings tipped it.
Was it Chad Hennings? But when they drive their offensive lineman, watch how far back they drive these offensive linemen, all the way back into his face. Bam, no place to go.
Larry Brown with the interception. 1st and goal for Aikman and the Cowboys. Their first visit to Denver territory. Table set for Dallas. It's Emma Smith to the 5. Last week, Emmett had 83 yards rushing in the first quarter. Of course, 60 of those on a touchdown run. Just 27 today against Denver. And there's Larry Brown, the veteran cornerback, with his first interception of the year.
When the Broncos read run, they are attacking the line of scrimmage. And one thing that's why they're holding Emmett is the backside of that defense is not over pursuing, so he has no cutback lanes.
300-pound rookie tight end Kendall Watkins, 83, anchors the left side of the line. Novacek in motion. Fake to Smith. Throw to Johnston. Touchdown. The Moose call at Texas Stadium.
Steve Atwater gets caught inside. He is playing run and Johnston comes to the outside, and Steve Atwater just stays inside, Phil, and he gets caught in there. Someone has to cover this man, and I believe that was Atwater's man.
That's the exact play they scored on last week against the Giants, but he threw it to Michael Irvin, who ran inside for the touchdown.
Chris Boniol with a try for point with Novacek holding. And the Cowboys quickly convert 7 on the interception by Larry Brown to the Denver 7. Aikman to the Moose, Darrell Johnston, that valuable fullback, and the first touchdown of the game.
Domino's presents Gus and the Guys.
5 degrees and sunny in Texas today as the Dallas Cowboys have the 7-0 lead. 2 minutes gone in the second quarter, and rookie from Arizona State, John Baker to Glenn Milburn. Milburn outside again and gets it nearly to the 30. They mark it at the 29. Brock Marion, another special teams tackle, along with Clayton Holmes. Let's go back to the touchdown.
On that touchdown, here's Michael Irvin. Here's Steve Atwater. It's a tight split by Michael Irvin, so Steve's worried about him. Moose Johnson gets out here before Steve Atwater realizes he's got outside the formation. Watch Steve Atwater. He knows Michael's coming inside. Oh, it's too late. Moose Johnson out in the flat. Easy touchdown.
Shannon Sharp looking from help upstairs as Dallas takes over at their own 7, leading 7-0. Just under 12 minutes left in this first half, and Aikman to throw from his own goal line. Underneath Emmitt Smith, and the immediate tackle at the 10, a gain of 3. Lionel Washington and Britt Hager collaborate on the stop.
Dick, we can't say enough about these two defenses. I mean, they're just playing extremely well. Dallas gets a touchdown. It's after an interception from Elway. But you look at these two defenses; they are playing just what they think the offenses are doing, and it seems like the offenses are playing right into their hands.
Now, for Denver, that's saying something. They were last in the league in defense a year ago, and so that's where major work had to be done. Darrell Johnston in motion, and then Smith finds a hole up the middle. And he rumbles to the 25 and a first down. 15 more yards for Emmitt Smith.
You know, when Emmitt Smith told the offensive lineman, don't turn around because I'll hit you in the stomach, well, the same thing happens. The blocking up front is superb. They catch Denver in a blitz. Atwater's up on the top. Simon Fletcher on the bottom. But watch here, Michael Irvin. He turned around. He got hit right in the stomach. Michael, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Deuces, 22, Emmitt Smith III. 79 touchdown balls. He has them all except for 4. He gets the call on first down. Flag down, and Smith has about 18 more and fumbled the ball, but able to reach back and get it. Dante Jones and Tyrone Braxton finally chased him down, and the flag in the secondary of the Broncos. And it's holding against the Cowboys, denying a 19-yard run. Michael Irvin, wide receiver, trying to help out Smith.
Holding number 84, offense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Jay Novacek, rather.
Jay Novacek is called for the holding here. Watch him come across. The defender's going to shoot inside of him. The only thing he can do, oh, Steve Atwater, let me hold on to him so he can't get back there and make the play.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. That is a smart play, whether you like it or not, folks, because if Atwater hits Emmitt head on, that
could be a fumble. That's right.
And put Emmitt on the bench for a while.
So instead of first down out near the 40, it's first and 20 back at the 15. Aikman to Novacek, and he double pumped, and Atwater was coming up to make a big play again. Atwater with an interception early today.
That's all you keep saying is Atwater. Atwater. I mean, he's everywhere.
Troy makes a good decision on that throw, though. There are his defenders with their hands up. It makes him reload right here. He has him in stride. He waits, and now he sees the safety coming up, and he throws it just a little too low.
And I think that Jay Novacek is very happy that he threw that a little low.
Kevin Williams to the right and Michael Irvin left. Novacek on the right side. Darrell Johnston, the touchdown maker. The Moose from Syracuse. Another flag is down.
I think you might have either a hold or a pick on this play because the linebackers got caught inside.
Well, this one's against Denver.
Holding on Ray Crockett. He's over there grabbing onto Michael Irvin's jersey, it looks like.
The preliminary signal was holding Denver. Jerry Markwright giving Aikman the options.
The holding is an automatic first down.
Holding, number 39, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So at 1st and 20, that's a big call.
Watch Ray Crockett right here, trying to be aggressive. It's a 2-deep zone, gets that right hand inside, holds on to Kevin Williams. Automatic first down.
No question about that one.
Zone coverage, really a bad play by Ray Crockett. He had plenty of help inside. He didn't need to be so physical with the offensive receiver.
And in zone coverage, he should have been going back outside with Darrell Johnson. Yeah, he was wide open.
That brings Dallas out of that 1st and 20. Emmett.
That Novacek, whether Emmett was stopped or not, because Novacek was in front of Emmitt Smith. If that is the case, it's a forward lateral.
Well, Jerry Markwright's calling it back to the 35-yard line where the exchange was made.
It was a heads-up play. Look at Novacek's laughing. Emmett's laughing. It was really a heads-up play.
Emmett actually hands his ball off to him right here. Watch. He sees Jay. Oh, take it.
The same Novacek is in front of him on that play. Now the officials are discussing whether that was a forward lateral or not.
The whistle was blown. The ball is dead. First down at this spot.
You know, I got to ask you something, Dick. Last week, you know, we saw people stopped and they go over the goal line last week. And here it is here. Emmitt Smith, watch his legs. He's still moving forward. He's still moving forward. His legs don't stop. Look at his legs are moving. Don't look at the ball. Look at his legs. They're still moving. So he's not stopped.
He is not down there. That's right. His forward progress had not been stopped. So Emmett does a good job here. He sees Jay Novacek, hands it to him. It looks legal to me, Paul. The Cowboys had a big play taken back.
Well, it would have been brought back as an illegal lateral because Novacek was in front of him. That's the play I'm talking about. Either one of two ways. It was illegal or he stopped. They said he was stopped, which I don't think that happened.
So it's a 15-yard run for Smith and a first down at the 35. Aikman looking for Novacek. No, it's to Irving this time. 45, 40, and out of bounds at the 36. 29-yard play.
The Cowboys finally guess right. Look at Steve Atwater come flying up here. When he does that, that means you're going to have man coverage outside. You'll see Michael Irvin at the bottom of the screen, run the in cut, no help. Easy completion for Troy and Michael right there. Finally, the Cowboys guess right on a passing play.
And Kevin Williams, give him number 85 a lot of credit because he got in the front of like 3 different Broncos that helped Irvin get some more yardage.
Aikman throws to the sidelines. Michael Irvin again. Another first down at the 20. One of the superstars of the Dallas Cowboys, the heartbeat of the offense. Irvin, Aikman, Smith.
Yeah, but Irvin, it just looked like this offense has been waiting, looking at the defense of Denver, and then now here comes their game plan. Because Irvin is wide open, and they're reading now, like you just said the play before, they're seeing one-on-one coverage. And when you get that, this is the quick death, right?
That's right. It's quick death in these situations.
The 20, Emmitt Smith. Tackle and a solid hit made by Ray Crockett. Assist goes to 57 Alan Aldridge. A gain of 3. Charles Haley and the defense cooling off, waiting their turn, watching the offense drive deep now into Denver territory. 7-0 Dallas lead. 5 times in that red zone for Dallas this year, and they've come away with 5 big ones.
Well, a lot of that has to do because the running game is so superb. When you get inside that 20, a lot of times it's hard to throw it in the end zone, but Dallas, they can beat you either way.
Johnston in motion. Aikman throws to Irving, incomplete. Broken up by Ray Crockett, who reacted very well.
Ray Crockett does a really good job here of anticipating. He sees the end cut, reads Michael, and drives right through him, times it perfectly, gets a little left arm in there, but that's okay.
Did it look like on that play there, Crockett makes an outstanding play, there's no question about it, but Michael Irvin, did it look like he was the primary target? Because there's times that he just goes in and he's not going in there full speed. That was obviously a slant route.
Right.
He just took it in there very slowly.
Yeah, I think, well, he knew there was safety help, so he was a little worried about going too far inside.
Johnston out in the slot right. Ooh, Aikman dumps it off to Smith. 10. 5 into the 3. First and goal, Dallas.
Someone saved Aikman picking up the blitz. Emmitt Smith was the man who made the block and then made the catch. How about that for a Quinella?
Well, sometimes you get a little lucky as a quarterback, but Emmitt Smith here is going to step up, get the defender blitzing, knocks him to the ground. Keith Burns. Troy, nobody's open down the field. He gets up. Troy sees him. What presence from the quarterback. And Emmitt Smith makes the good run after he catches it.
Boy, there are stars, and then there are real big stars. Emmitt Smith, what a play. First and goal. Fake to Smith. Aikman still alive. Zone for a touchdown.
Who says I'm going to concede to mobility or lack thereof?
What a run by Troy Aikman.
You want to say that again about there are stars and there are stars? Troy Aikman on this play here. Tyrone Braxton's going to be on the outside. Watch what Troy Aikman does. No, I'm not going out of bounds. I see some room. I'm going to stay in. And then this dive over Braxton into the end zone. He said they played last week with the most intensity he's seen in a year. They're bringing it back again. I guess Deion Sanders hadn't bothered him, huh?
Good point by Bonio. (14-0) Dallas. 93 yards in 10 plays. That was a superstar drive.
This summer's hottest event.
Dallas Cowboys have now outscored the opposition this season 49-0. Open a 14-0 advantage over Denver. 6:23 left in this first half. That last drive, Aikman 3 for 5, 46 yards plus the rushing touchdown of 2 yards to cap the 93-yard effort. Emmitt 3 rushes, 34 yards. Then 1 reception after picking up the blitzing back. Baker sends it to the end zone and through, and Denver will settle for the touchback on the 20-yard line. Let's go back to the Emmitt Smith play. This is extraordinary effort.
You know, Emmitt's, when he comes up the block right here, I mean, just you look at him. Now watch him roll and get back up. He knows the play is not dead yet. Hey, I'm up. I'm ready. Just give me the ball. I mean, special people make special plays. You're absolutely right.
And Aikman, again, not willing to concede on this play when everyone was covered.
Really a good job of just feeling what's going on. You see him rolling out here. Troy Aikman, 10 pounds lighter this year. It might have come in handy right here as he soars over the defender for the touchdown. To the bottom of the screen. The defender, Shannon Sharp in the flat. Pritchard in deep, sees Anthony Miller in the back of the end zone. Good patience, waits for the receiver to come open. His third read, and that'll make a coach proud when you go to that third receiver hitting for a touchdown.
Watch the soft hands, folks. Watch the soft hands. Watch how easy this looks. Thank you. Touchdown. I'll take that. Very nice. Elway.
John Elway's 200th career touchdown pass. Elway is the 19th player in NFL history to hit the 200 mark. As you see, Vance Johnson, who has caught more of Elway's touchdown passes than anyone. He has nearly 40 in his career. Well, check that, 35 to be exact.
Hey, Dick. Phil has 199.
You stopped at 199. Well, you're top.
For holding Dallas, only 206 yards. That's not a lot.
Difference in the half. was the interception by Larry Brown to the 6-yard line. As you look at how Denver through the years that defense has performed, 5th in 91, then the 22nd, 19th, and then last year 28th in the league. It cost Wade Phillips his job, and Mike Shanahan, known for his offensive prowess as a coach, but it's been his defense that has most improved, Phil.
That's right. Wade Phillips was a defensive coordinator, Mike Shanahan offense, and got it turned around.
Dallas gets it first. Kevin Williams on the kickoff return, and is stopped at the 23-yard line. But all being said, and the score in the game 14-7, being close, but the way the Cowboy defense played, we'd be guilty if we didn't talk about them.
Well, it's been spectacular, just like it was last week, and really they give you nothing. When they give you the outsides, John Elway can't take advantage of it because of the pressure of the pass rush.
I think that was the whole key in the first half for Elway, is that he just didn't have time to throw the ball, except in that last drive. Then he had some time, and they also ran the ball pretty well.
All right. Each team trying to join those who have opened the season with 2 victories. From the 23, Aikman to Emmett. And brought down after a 3-yard gain by Britt Hager, veteran from Texas, unrestricted free agent. One of the many changes in this Denver defense. How much has it changed in 1 year? Only one man, Simon Fletcher, is at the same position this year as a year ago.
And he's the one guy that you're going to talk about too a little bit later. He's going to retire.
Well, and William Dean Perry isn't on that list because Perry injured in the opening game win, but it wasn't as serious as first feared, and they feel they'll get Perry back in 3-4 weeks. The fake reverse to Williams. Dan Williams pressuring Aikman, and Aikman has to throw it away. So Dan Williams, who nearly made the tackle on the reverse to Williams in the first half, wasn't fooled by the fake and was all over Aikman.
The other thing about it, James Jones, number 93, was sitting right there on Emmitt Smith. Here's the fake. Williams doesn't take the fake, but when Troy Aikman throws the ball, he's actually throwing it away into the ground because James Jones, number 93, was sitting there with Emmitt Smith. Nice play. Good defensive play all the way around.
3rd down 7. Simon Fletcher moving in and out of the line of scrimmage. Aikman to the sidelines to Irving. Irving hit immediately by Randy Hilliard, but it's good enough for a first down at the 35-yard line.
Michael Irving. Simon Fletcher's inside here. You're going to see him right here. Defensive lineman standing up. And then he's going to drop back as the ball is snapped. It looks like a blitz by the Bronco defense. They disguise it. It's a zone, but Troy Aikman's not fooled. It goes outside where the single coverage is for the first down.
4th catch for Michael Irvin. He had 7 against the Giants. Emmitt Smith on the toss. Emmitt Smith, 84 for the star running back of the Cowboys. Simon Fletcher makes the tackle. We talked to Simon, and one of the really enjoyable men to meet in this league. He's got a dry sense of humor. He's a connoisseur now. He's got dog houses, hot dog houses, 5 of them. Says 5 migraines as you're trying to run them. But I tell you what, they still got that sack dog. You know, that's the one with the chili, and they got the jalapeno and the cheese.
That's the one Paul likes.
When we go to Denver, we're getting them, right? Yeah. We'll send them up.
He said that's a big seller, and it's also the most expensive. So help him out. Smith, 2nd and 6. Sees contact coming, and it's Ray Crockett shouldering him out of bounds at the 41, 4 yards short of a first down.
Good job there by the Denver defense of just going along the line of scrimmage and not getting blown off the ball, stringing it out. In the defensive corner, Ray Crockett comes up and makes it really no gain.
I think that's the one thing that Denver you must do against Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith, we talked about it so many times about his cutback all the time, Dick. He never runs into the hole. We ask him about it. He says, no, I don't run to the hole. I run to what hole I see. But if you could string Emmitt Smith out and let him run sideways, he doesn't hurt you.
163 yards in the opening game, 71 today. Under pressure, Aikman dumps it off to Emmett. First down and more to the 50 and into the Denver 47. Aikman hit hard from the backside by Elijah
Elijah Alexander out here on the outside is just going to come free because of this blitzer inside. They occupy all the Cowboy linemen. Again, not enough people there to pick up. Troy just gets it off, and Emmett makes a defender miss to get the first down.
Yeah, but look at Emmett. He's all by himself. He comes out here. Washington comes up, and watch this move. See ya. And that's the one that they laugh at when they see it in the film, you know what I'm saying?
Dallas does.
Yeah, 13-yard play. Aikman scrambling for good yardage and out of bounds right at the sticks at the 36-yard line. First down.
Knee brace and all. It's funny, Troy Aikman said, yeah, I use, Dick brought this up in the first half. He says, yes, I use everything now. I've got the bigger face mask. I've got knee brace now. I've got all these pads that I'm wearing. He said, I'm getting too old for this stuff. But he is in great shape.
He also told us every day during the week he goes out and jogs 3 or 4 miles besides all the workout he does with the Cowboys. So he did, like you said, he did look in great shape, and it shows on the field the way he's moving around.
His toughest job is getting along with his neighbor.
Yeah, that's right.
Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, the fumble by Johnston, and right back into the arms of Johnston. Oh, that's when you say a little thank you down there. Fumbles it forward, he's on the ground, and it's kicked right back into his leg. Big chance for Denver lost.
Dante Jones makes a good hit inside, jars the ball loose of Moose, and watch this. Number 34, Tyrone Braxton, tries to get it, knocks it back to Moose Johnson. It's not supposed to happen that way. Good teams are not supposed to get all the breaks like that.
That's when you know that you are lucky.
Well, but credit Jay Novacek for putting the hit on Braxton to deny him the chance of recovering it. Then a pickup of 4 yards. Reverse to Williams going the other way. Chased by Hager and tackled by Atwater. A gain of 1.
You know, you can't talk enough about Steve Atwater. I mean, the first half, the first quarter, all you did was mention his name on every play. And then this has got to be the toughest tackle in the world for anyone, including a defensive back. The wide open field, and Atwater just makes the plays.
What really impresses me so far about the Denver defense, we've seen a lot of trickery by the Dallas offense, reverses, screens, and they're not fooled by anybody, any of that. They're disciplined, staying where they're supposed to, and stopping these plays.
Third down 4. 3 wide receivers, Dallas. Over the middle, Novacek dragged down by Alexander. First down at the 20.
You spread the whole field out again, and then you've got Elijah Alexander one-on-one on Jay Novacek. And Aikman, you can see him when he drops back. He already reads it. He sees it. Novacek's already got the first down. Alexander, that's all he can do is just make the tackle.
Barry Switzer, of course, likes that, and Jay Novacek, you got to give him a lot of credit. Faking inside, faking outside. That time, he just ran into the defender, knocked him off of him, and then cut across the field.
Let's play of this opening drive in the second half.
Smith caught in the backfield, twists away. Instead of losing 5, he drives through a first down. Shane Dronette had him in the backfield for a loss.
Shane Dronette shoots inside right here, beats the block before it get there. Well, really, he's not even blocked, and still misses Emmitt Smith. A good turn by Emmitt. Comes around, good block on Steve Atwater. And Lionel Washington tries to make a tackle. Emmitt breaking tackles. A 5-yard loss turns into a big gain.
12 yards, a 17-yard difference.
First and goal, Dallas at the 8.
Out of bounds at the 7. Ooh, and one of the cameramen across the way took a mean hit.
You know, you say great players make great plays. Well, we saw one in the first half with Emmitt Smith, and we just saw the one to play before. And this time, Emmitt Smith is going to the outside. He's taking a look to the outside. There's no place to go. And if Braxton knocks him out of bounds, but he's going to also wipe out a cameraman.
Yeah, that's so tough. Those guys have a lot of heavy equipment and no way to protect themselves, trying to protect their camera. And
he's still down. I hope he's okay.
Second and goal. Fake to Smith. Aikman Another scramble. Incomplete, and a spectacular defensive play by Crockett to avoid making contact and a penalty and knock the ball away.
Did you see Aikman throw this ball? I mean, that thing was on a rope. But Crockett, you're absolutely right. Watch him stay with Michael Irvin. He just stays and stays and stays. You talk about patience here. He has the patience. He's watching Troy Aikman, and then he steps in front. That ball is humming. There's just no way for either one of them to catch it.
Tell you what was impressive there, too, is Ray Crockett could stand in there and take that shove by Michael Irvin, because he's famous for knocking defenders off of him.
Yeah, he says you have to know how to be physical with some players and be fast with others. Kevin Williams to the left, Irvin to the right. Johnston moves out onto the right slot. He caught a touchdown pass in a similar situation. First score of the game. 3rd and goal. Over the middle. Touchdown, Novacek. One of the many weapons of the Cowboys, tight end Jay Novacek. His 5th catch today. He had 5 against the Giants.
Jay Novacek's going to go up the field, fake outside, come inside. Moose Johnson goes underneath. It confuses the Denver defense. A double out there. Good move by Jay Novacek. Another change up by the Cowboy offense.
Impressive drive to start the second half. Daniel's extra point, 77 yards. 7 minutes, 9 seconds, and a 7-yard touchdown to Novacek.
Here you're going to see Troy Aikman dropping back. He knows the play they got on. He's looking at the second receiver coming through is Jay Novacek. Elijah Alexander having a tough day covering this guy.
14 surgical plays. Dr. Troy Aikman. The Cowboys, 77-play drive, 14 plays. 77 yards for the touchdown to open the second half. 21-7. Baker's kick to Milburn. Then Milburn, good block on the outside again. 45, 40, bumped out of the 42 by Clayton Holmes. So John Elway finally gets the chance to play. He's been idle for about 30 minutes. Well, the Denver Broncos, a 15-minute break at the intermission, and then watching Dallas consume all that time here to open the second half. Finally, offense on the field. Elway starts from his own 42. Brian Habib is back. He was injured late in the first half, and Rod Bernstein, former Texas Aggie and San Diego Charger, inside across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Leon Lett and Godfrey Miles with a tackle.
What's Brian Habib on this play right here? You're going to see him come around, block out, and create the hole for Rod Bernstein in behind him. Pulls around, kicks it out. Rod Bernstein does a good job of following it up inside. Having good success inside running today. Really, the only thing this offense has done really well is run inside.
2nd and 6. Elway goes for a big one. Miller. Incomplete. Clayton Holmes on the coverage. Miller had his hands on it.
I got to believe right at the end of this thing that Anthony Miller, the sun gets in his eyes. Maybe not. He's looking downfield. And I saw him at the end. No, it doesn't there. He got back out in the sun. But he was right there. But I don't know if Holmes grabbed his face mask or not on this play. Does Holmes grab his face mask? Nah, he's just going for the ball. It looked like his hand got up in that mask, but it's clearly he was only going for the football.
3rd down and 6. Now they move up and threaten blitz on Elway. Elway driving for a first down at the 45-yard line. We talked, there's a flag at the line of scrimmage. We talked that about Elway. He does take so many hits, and it is quite incredible that he still is at 35 producing with all the contact he has faced in his 13-year career.
You know, nothing could be more frustrating for a quarterback. First of all, he's forced out of the
formation foul. Offense, 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
This twice has happened, Phil.
Roderick Thompson up here, number 76. You can see he's off the line of scrimmage right here. The formation is not legal because of that. He's got to get up on the line of scrimmage. So it's the second time the Denver line has done that today, and I can kind of understand that, Paul, because of this pass rush. They're trying to get that first step back there to get ready.
It's got to, again, I was going to say, it's got to be frustrating for a guy like Elway who runs, takes a shot, and picks up the first down, and it's all called back.
Now they roll the cut to give Elway time. Wide open is Miller. That's going to be a touchdown for the Denver Broncos. 59 yards.
What they did on this play here, Haley, they go away from Haley. They double team him with Zimmerman and with Terrell Davis on the left-hand side, and Elway rolls back to his right. And this is, you got to know this. I don't know if you had the arm good enough to throw it all the way back across like Elway does, but he throws this thing all the way back across the field. Could you have done that?
Yes, I could have, Paul.
Okay.
Yes, I could.
Listen, when a man just retired, he can do anything. That's right. Retire your number. Miller has caught 2 passes today, and both for touchdowns, 11 yards and now 59 yards. And he was open another time, and a tip ball denied him perhaps the hat trick. So Denver strikes quickly to answer Dallas's touchdown to open the second half. Bonio, or rather Jason Elam adds the extra point, and it's 21-14.
The touchdown we just saw, here's what happens. Anthony Miller against Larry Brown goes down and sells the route all the way inside, and then the last second turns back to the outside. And this is how he gets so wide open. Elway does a good job of selling it, waiting to the last second, throws it all the way across the field, and Anthony Miller, soft hands, makes the catch.
Elam kicks it off, spins it short this time. Kevin Williams to the 14. Twists away and has some blockers, 30. And out to the 38-yard line. Tough little guy to tackle at 5'9". Stocky 195. Kevin Williams. Anthony Miller. 2 touchdowns for the Broncos.
Here again, you're going to see Anthony Miller. Watch this. Watch how far he goes across the field. Kevin Brown's going to cut in front for the interception. Oh, it's too late. Good play, good fake.
And Elway holding the ball until Leon Lett hit him, selling it right to the end, buying that time. He didn't see it, but he likes what shows on the scoreboard. 21-14. Fascinating design. Elway rolling to get more time. Miller selling it well, going all the way to the inside. The blocking protection just enough time, and the Cowboys took the hook. 14-7. To 21-14. In the second half, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Now it's Aikman's turn. To the sidelines to Michael Irving, who seems to be always open. Lionel Washington makes the tackle. First down at the Denver 48. Let's go back again to appreciate that Denver score.
But what's really important, what sets it up here, watch here, the double team on Charles Haley and Shannon Sharp up top, double teaming the defensive end to give John that extra time, and it's only a 2-receiver route. And you'll see both wide receivers get wide open. Mike Pritchard up at the top of the screen is open for a touchdown. Anthony Miller down here is also open for the touchdown.
Back to the action on first down. And he has nearly 10 inside the 40 of Denver before Lionel Washington can make the stop. And Emmitt Smith now only 6 yards from another century day.
That's nice scoring a touchdown and getting 21-14, but you got to stop this machine.
Yeah, that's right.
You can score that quickly, but you have to stop the other machine, and this is a machine, the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, the Cowboys have gotten in rhythm, and they are really guessing with the Bronco defense now. They know when to throw it, when to run it, and they're having a hard time stopping either one of them.
Well, you have to salivate over these situations as a quarterback, Phil. Second and less than a yard. Down with which to play, and Aikman pumps and is going to go for 6. Kevin Williams. Tyrone Braxton over to help on the coverage of Ray Crockett.
He had Jay Novacek wide open down the middle, and this play was designed to go to Kevin Williams. And Jay Novacek with that pump
Jay Novacek is going down the middle of the field. You're going to see him right here. But what happens is the safety reads the quarterback's eyes. And when he sees Troy Aikman look right, make this pump, he goes that away. And really, Troy puts a little too much air under it. And that's why he's over there to make the hit.
Third down and less than one. And it's Emmitt Smith. Slamming for first down and carrying tacklers to the 27. And that puts him over the 100-yard mark.
What did Emmitt tell us? Tell the offensive line, I just tell them, just hit somebody, and I will do the rest. And just get out of my way. Don't look back. Go forward. He just sees the hole. He reads it better than anybody else. And then the sure power afterwards. I mean, he knocks Atwater off, Crockett, and Friends. It takes 3 guys to bring him down.
You mentioned that Aikman is 10 pounds lighter. Emmitt isn't lighter, but all of them have trimmed down in terms of body fat in the offseason. Sherman Williams, while Emmitt gets a breather, is tackled for a loss at the 28. He's the rookie from Alabama, picked in the 2nd round. Smith with 163 yards last week and 104 today. Active 100-yard rushing games. Barry Sanders with 41 and Thurman Thomas of Buffalo 39. Now Emmitt with 32 100-yard plus days. It's easy to overlook the fact that Smith is still a young player. He's only 26 in his 6th sensational season in Dallas. 2nd and long for Aikman. Under pressure, and he throws it away. Simon Fletcher was one of the men helping to cover as 97 Mike Lodish, the former Buffalo Bill, one of the acquisitions for Denver, made the stop. Well, with incredible shrinking Cowboys. Look at that body fat, 7'9". Yeah. 8'3". Well, this is hardly violence, this 3, but they are shrinking in terms of that body fat.
I think I got all of it.
They're donators.
I'm a recipient.
How kind. Where you going? What a good guy you are, Paul. Flag down. Aikman overshoots, and Braxton with a chance for the interception.
Defensive line offside. You know that on that last play when Lodish got in on Troy Aikman, after the play was over, Troy Aikman throws the ball away. The offensive line just started talking to each other. I mean, you
offside, number 96 and number 99 defense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And back and thrown in.
But with the offensive line, they just got to themselves and they started talking. They said, hey, this is my man, this is your man. Guys don't, this team, on other teams, they'll go back in the huddle and they'll pout a little bit. I missed my block. These guys talk to each other. They say, hey, it's your man. Let's pick it up. This is the biggest offensive line in the National Football League. Look at that. They average 320 pounds. And I think it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, that's right. That's a little light.
That's a big offside. It would have been 4th down and a field goal unit on. Now it's 3rd and 5, and Smith is going to look for a first down. Look at him fight, crawling over tacklers to the 18-yard line. He may have gotten, if they allow that second effort, that's going to be a first down. Now they're going to mark it back at the 19-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and about a yard.
They're going to go for it. They've sent the big people in. The 300-pound tight end, Kendall Watkins, has already run onto the field.
Now that's scary.
Yeah, and he can run.
You got a line, Dick, that's 320 plus.
You bring in a tight end that's over 300.
Yeah, where'd they get this guy?
Mississippi State in the 2nd round. 305 pounds, number 83, Kendall Watkins. And only caught 11 passes his whole college career.
Well, we watched him run around in practice, and he can run and he can catch. And the Cowboys have never had a tight end in this mode where he can block like that.
This is a full yard here, and Aikman was over talking. The question, do you want to do something here? The way Denver scores, I kind of think you put the field goal up. It puts you up by 10 points. But they're not going to do that. They have so much confidence in this offensive line. Emmitt, Smith. I mean, they don't believe that anybody can stop them.
Well, and Barry, he's not afraid to take a gamble either, so he's going to go for it. But I think the safe play would be kick the field goal and get the lead and make Denver have to score twice to tie you.
Well, you sound like Bill Parcells more and more.
Yeah, that's right.
4th and 1.
good example right there of just a big offensive line, 320 pounds. And they just push the pile. They make a good surge here. Watch the Denver defensive line. They can't get underneath. They stand up. None of them can get off the blocks, and Emmett just powers his way in there.
And look at Daryl Johnson leading the way. He knocked Shane Granette, who's 50 pounds heavier, right on his back.
You see Granette come out of there? I mean, he came out of there in a hurry.
Jerry Jones, who's had more than his share of headlines this past week, some to the dismay of the National Football League office. Smith on the toss, gets to the 15, a gain of maybe 2. Britt Hager with the tackle. Emmett Smith working on another super century day. 112 yards plus 3 catches.
Dick, on the offseason, he was worried so much about his hamstring when he hurt last year that he's gone to think about this, folks, a chiropractor. He's gone to everybody. He goes everywhere to find out what he can do. And he found out that it's not so much the hamstring muscle, it's the little muscles around it that were tightening up. I don't know if he has any little muscles. This guy's solid.
I question that. Blitz, and Aikman still gets it off to Smith. Dares them to come and get him. Gets to the 10-yard line short of a first down, and Elijah Alexander a punishing hit on Aikman.
Well, Troy Aikman takes the hit here, but what's really impressive is he gets rid of it. Watch Emmett Smith. He goes out there, dances around, and then he decides when he sees he can't get any more yards, watch this. Emmett's going to move around.
Watch Emmett Smith, who does
and
a little
Barry
dance,
straight ahead.
And he has not gotten up yet. So Smith down, and that a concern for everyone in this Lone Star State. Will return. Under his own power, used on 6 of the 10 plays of this drive. Part of it may just be exhaustion. Doesn't seem to be serious. Little smelling salts. He has 147 total yards today, 112 rushing and 35 on 4 catches. Third down, 4th to 10 for Dallas. Sherman Williams, the lone back, the rookie. Aikman. And it appears they have the first down to Michael Irvin. Washington and Atwater trying to hold him, and Irvin was, if Aikman and Smith are the heart of this team, there's the arterial system. He's the spirit.
What a throw and catch by Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin. Watch this. It's good coverage. Lionel Washington throws it low and outside. Michael goes and protects himself against the defender.
And you see how Irvin uses his physical prowess, warding off the defender before the ball. The end of the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. Emmitt Smith rested as we open the 4th quarter. Dick Enberg with Paul McGuire, Phil Simms. Texas Stadium, where the Cowboys threaten again. 1st and goal just inside the Denver 5, leading 21-14. Daryl Johnston, fullback, and he's close to the 1-yard line before Simon Fletcher and others can make the tackle. And here comes Emmitt Smith back on the field.
Here mentioned about all of his touchdowns. He's got all the balls with 4.
He gave one to Kevin Smith last week. Smith with the Achilles injury. He also gave one to Bill Bates and Alfredo Roberts, teammates who were injured. And the other went to a man he met in Alaska this summer who gave him his Purple Heart. Gave a Purple Heart to Smith for good luck. He says, sending my fishing buddy up in Alaska, one of my game balls, my touchdown balls. The other 75 in Pensacola. Will this be number 80? You bet. Rushing, 4 receiving, 80 career touchdowns for this 26-year-old Dallas star.
Mark Tuinei pulls out, and he gets an excellent block, and then Johnston helps out on the block. They just double on the outside on Alexander, and look at this. They just run up. Evans says, just hit somebody, get out of my way. I'll get it into the end zone. It was just an excellent, excellent block, and this time you notice he didn't rip his helmet off, because he got some heat from the players for doing it up in New York.
Novichok sets it up for Bonio. It's 28-14. Cowboys score again. 62 yards, 13 plays. Emmitt Smith. Cowboys. Big Sunday for Aikman, but it'll be a tough week for shaving. as he took this hit from Elijah Alexander. Under the new rules, this might be interpreted as a penalty up under that chin with a helmet.
Top of the helmet came up and hit Troy. This rule might have been put in because of the hits he took last year, just like that, where it knocked him out of a couple games.
31-14 as they convert the Haley forced fumble into 3. Milburn at the goal line. Well, that Baker does have a leg, doesn't he? And they hold Milburn at the 18-yard line. Bill Bates, one of the many down there. A reminder, next Sunday, Madison Stadium. Your chin dropped yesterday when Troy Aikman told you how he holds the football to pass it.
That's right. Most quarterbacks put their fingers just over the laces like this. Troy Aikman gets his whole hand over the top of the ball like this. And what really surprised me, he says, and I squeeze it to death. They teach you to just put a light grip on it, but Troy says, I squeeze that thing as hard as I can.
Daryl Johnston really gets the call running and picks up a big gainer. About 16, 17 yards.
I wish I had time to show you guys how I held the ball when I punted. Daryl Johnston right up the middle. Again, the offensive line, the blocking. Denver's tired. And here they come. Daryl Johnston up the middle, holds on to the football. This place just loves him. And he's from right outside of Buffalo, New York, Youngstown, New York, which is my home now.
Could be one of the long runs for him in some time. 18 yards. Give it to Emmett this time. They're waiting for him at the 40. A gain of 2 for Smith, who Hasselback in on the stop.
You know, do you see Troy Aikman in the game, Emmitt Smith, the whole offensive line? All these guys are still in the ball game because you know why? They still respect John Elway's arm and the Denver Broncos. You know, this Denver Broncos team, the first half, played some pretty good defense, and they're still kind of worried about this guy.
You know, Daryl Johnston, we just were guessing that it was a long run for him. 18, longest of his career. 18 yards.
Gonna give him a game ball.
Underneath, there was contact on Michael Irving before the ball arrived, and the penalty flag goes down. Ray Crockett there too soon.
You see Ray Crockett, Dick, he put his hand. Yeah, I did. You don't get a defensive back to admit
interference, number 39, defense. Automatic first down.
You don't get him to admit it that often, but Crockett was there too soon. He's even smiling at the end of it. Michael Irvin coming into the inside. Watch, Crockett is there. Boom.
Well, it's late in the game and you're behind like this, so it's a good job by Ray Crockett. Take a chance, try to drive through the receiver, and make a play. So it's worth giving up that 5 yards for the penalty.
Meanwhile, Michael Irvin wearing his...
Will you listen to this guy? What are you going to tell the coach that?
Well, you got to make plays right here, Paul. You can't lay back. Now it's time to take some chances if you're the Denver defense.
Irvin with his yardage on his uniform. 88 yards today. Is Emmitt Smith. And you almost wonder the way Smith is running and seems to be tired. If wouldn't be a good time to give the rookie Sherman Williams an opportunity and Smith a rest. Tough to get Emmett out. I would guess that Smith's in there because you can't take him out of the line.
I think it's his choice. I really do. I mean, they look at Emmett. If Emmett wanted to come out of that ball game, all he'd have to do is look to the side. But none of these guys want to be out.
Well, it's like a murderer's row in a baseball lineup. This Aikman, Smith, Irvin, what 3 sensational players. Will McDonough commented on that in the 12:30 segment of our telecast today. Outside he goes to the rookie Eric Bjornsson, and that's his first NFL catch. The rookie 4th-round pick from the University of Washington. They think he's going to be the next Jay Novacek, built in a similar manner, 6'4", 215. He'll get a little heavier. Novacek, one of the lighter tight ends in the league.
That's what this team needs, is another Novacek.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, one is enough, isn't it?
Well, they like him a lot. The thing is different. They say he has really good speed and is actually faster than Jay Novacek.
They just announced that's his first NFL catch, and applause from the sellout crowd at Texas Stadium.
And that look on his face like, oh, what did I do? What did I do?
Aikman looking for Daryl Johnston. He's covered, so he throws it away. As pressure came from 97 Mike Lodish and Harold Hasselback.
That's intentional grounding. That is intentional grounding because nobody was in the area, and Troy Aikman just threw the ball, and you've got to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He didn't do that.
Boy, you ought to be an official.
Damn.
But, you know, look at Troy Aikman, his hands, how far he gets him over the top. Of course, Paul, it helps to grip the ball like this when your hands are about a foot long, but but a good decision by him right there. Don't take the loss. Throw it on the ground. Make the referee call an intentional grounding.
Which he didn't.
4:14 left in the fourth quarter. And on comes John Jett. Oh, the Colts showing some fiber against the Jets. What a comeback in that second half. Meanwhile, the Stars have a chance to relax. Emmett and Michael.
Talking about Dion's money.
Yeah.
This is a 4th down and 2 for Denver. As Terrell Davis vaults for a first down to the 43 into the grasp of Brock Marion. And those of you watching here on NBC, as this game ends, if there's still action in New York with the Jets in New Jersey, we will switch to that so you can see the conclusion of that game. Well, what Haley was to Elway, Jim Jeffcoat, the former Cowboy, now Buffalo Bill, was to Phil Simms. And we have evidence, Paul. We have evidence. Here's Simms back to pass. Deflected. Jeffcoat. He's on his way. Will Simms catch him? Jeffcoat. Will Simms catch him? It's Jeffcoat.
Where's Simms?
Here I come.
Well, here. That was what? Here's a different play. Deflected. Jeffcoat. Will Simms catch him? Oh, my.
What is that? What kind of tackle is that? What kind of tackle was that?
I'm a quarterback. That was a good tackle for a quarterback. I acted like I was trying to tackle him, and really I wasn't. I was hoping somebody come and help me.
Terrible.
Oh, I love you guys. This is nice. Nice memories of Texas Stadium.
On first down, Hugh Millen deflected and incomplete, and that was almost a lateral. I believe it was touched, though, at the line of scrimmage and angle back. And Barry Switzer, of course, arguing that it was a lateral and the ball should be marked back there.
We talked earlier about all the distractions this week, and one thing comes to mind, and we were out there at practice Friday, and we got to see them go through their dress rehearsal. And what really caught my attention, Troy Aikman must have thrown about 30 passes that day, and the ball never hit the ground. And I said something to the offensive coordinator, Ernie Zampese.
Millen guns. Oh, nice catch. A good stab out front of Alundis Bryce by Anthony Miller. As Miller, who has both the Denver touchdowns, spears a first down. He has 5 catches, 105 yards today. Finish your thought.
But I said that to Ernie Zampese. The ball never hit the ground. And he just looked at me and goes, oh, we have quite a few days like that. And it just, I was just...
immaculate practice.
It really was.
Terrell Davis with the reception into the 21-yard line. The clock running at 1:13 and now timeout Denver. Well, our producer John Ferratis, our director John Gonzalez, they're on the beam long before the game. Troy Aikman, and who is that stranger with the briefcase?
Guy said, well, I got the money from Jerry. Now, Troy, the bank doesn't open until Monday. What am I doing with this bag now?
That's not big enough for Dion's suitcase, silly.
Oh,
you would say, hey, Troy, loan me a couple $100,000. I'll get it back to you on Monday. Jerry Jones, he said, if you see me floating above Texas Stadium, it's because my pockets are really light. I don't have much left. Irvin was instrumental. A long talk, 2-3 hours in the wee hours of the morning with Deion Sanders. They go back to their days in Miami and college days, and Irvin said, we want Deion. Jones went to all of his star players, said, looked them in the eye, do you want Deion Sanders?
And he wanted their okay, but I think also he wanted to make sure they agreed with his decision, because he was a little, I think even Jerry Jones was afraid of this deal because it was so big.
As Barry Switzer said, he ran through all the traps, wanted to make sure that it didn't come back to haunt him. Say, well, we didn't want Deion. It doesn't work out. 1:13 left. Millen trying to get a cosmetic score for Denver. Off to Terrell Davis. Pointing to his blockers. Now out of bounds at the 4-yard line. First and goal Denver. Clayton Holmes made the stop. 16 more for this young man, Terrell Davis, and he's got a great smile. He's going to help this team.
Well, he's well rested. He should be. He gets 13 hours of sleep at night. I'll tell you, the one guy on the field, Alundis Bryce, number 23, had Number 21.
Yep.
For a short period of time.
Well, he had it until yesterday.
That's right.
A lot of spirit. This guy right here, we knew that the deal was done because when they came out to take the picture, he had 23 on. He's been wearing 21. Does that tell you anything?
So they was hoping he'd get at least a car from Dion on the trade. Millen underneath, incomplete. Chance for Milburn. Broken up by Greg Tremble, a free agent a year ago, picked by Cleveland out of Georgia. Millen thought he had a score. Final from San Francisco. The 49ers 41, Atlanta 10, and Jerry Rice 2 more touchdown catches. And they play, of course, New England next week, and we'll have that as the second game, major game of our doubleheader.
One of the big surprises to me, New England only scoring 3 points today. I mean, that to me is a shocker.
Davis in motion. Inside handoff, and he ran right into the blitz as Aaron Craver stuffed at the 5-yard line. And Denver takes another timeout. I believe that's their last. There's the, it's official if you can read it. That's it. It's the 49ers off to a start as well, and it seems again we'll be building toward the the big monsters in the NFC, 49ers and the Cowboys.
There's your San Diego team. Well, I say yours because you live there, but they're winning.
Well, where's your Buffalo team then?
They won today. They were down 9-0, and it came roaring back. They roared and beat Carolina.
And how did Phil's New York Giant team do today?
Oh, another tough one. Well, at least they kept it close today, but a tough one. They lost in overtime to Kansas City. And
well, you guys have been wondering, you know, I kind of said watch the NBC.
Common.
There's my
Both
man.
have mothers.
Nate Newton, my favorite. His favorite food, French fry. He dreams about French fries, he says.
He's the one that said give Dion $10 million, let him just quit. Not play.
Third down and goal. And Millen unable to hit Ed McCaffrey. So down to a final play for Millen, who would like to get another 7 on the board before this one ends.
Charles Haley yesterday was making fun of Nate Newton during the team picture, and he says, Nate, you're the only fat guy in America who's happy to be fat. And
he said, you're right.
You're right.
Nothing wrong with that.
The man can play.
Oh, yeah.
For a guy that size, what's really impressive, how he pulls around and moves around and has those good feet.
And he's another part of the formula, too. The chemistry, the spirit. He's a good man to have on your side. Here to be offside Dallas as Millen throws incomplete. Shannon Sharp was being held by Jim Schwantz.
They're going to get another crack at it. Dallas was offside. Shannon Sharp thinks he's being held. He said, we already got offside. We're not going to give you offside and hold.
Stops the clock. 50 seconds left.
You know, when you're losing.
Offside, number 96, defense. Half the distance to the goal, replay the down.
Senator Tay Carver.
When you're losing, this 50 seconds like 50 minutes.
That for the Denver Broncos, 31-21. Going home looks like a better day's work. Charles Haley and the Cowboys will look ahead to Minnesota. At Minnesota next week. Denver's at home against the Redskins. 4th and goal again. Millen, touchdown Miller. The hat trick for Anthony Miller.
Man, does he have tremendous hands. Anthony Miller has tremendous hands.
Yes, he does. And you're going to see him here against Greg Trimble, the backup defensive back. Just makes a quick move and breaks out. Good job by Denver sprinting away from the blitz. Hugh Millen puts it in a perfect spot for Anthony Miller.
That's Ender. Miller, 3 yards for the score. And Anthony Miller, who rested last week with a hamstring, comes back and show you how important his services are. Elam's try for point. 31-21. 107 yards for Anthony Miller today. 6 catches and 3 touchdowns. That's his best ever career day touchdowns. He had a couple of touchdown grabs 7 times. First time ever Anthony Miller with 3 scores.
There's another one of those guys with.
Meanwhile, the Jets and Colts have gone to overtime, and we will join that overtime scrap at the Meadowlands at the conclusion of this game. So don't wander away. The outside kick by Elam. And it goes out of bounds. So the 5-yard penalty and 1 more try. That was a pretty good effort, but no one could grab that high bounder.
Keith Burns, if he had a vertical of about 40 inches, he might have got it, but
Duck in a final. The Chargers do win 14-10 against Seattle. So in the West, it's Kansas City and Oakland 2-0, Denver, San Diego 1-1, and Seattle 0-2. For the Dallas Cowboys in the East, they go 2-0, the only unbeaten team after 2 weeks. Washington 1-1, Giants 0-2. Of course, Arizona lost its opener, and Philadelphia lost its. Second chance, and that's all you get. Wonder which way he's going to kick it.
Right at you.
And this one covered by Novacek. And Dallas has it at the Denver 37 and 47 seconds to kill on the clock. And Denver has no timeout. So a couple of snaps, and this one then will be official.
you know, it's interesting, too. We're sitting here and watch today how dominating this defense the Cowboys has been. And just imagine what it's going to be like when Dion comes here and they can kind of change the philosophy a little.
Before they're ready for play signal, be re-kicked from the 25-yard line.
Jerry, the people have other things to do tonight. We've got an overtime game with the Jets and the Colts.
Jerry doesn't understand another thing. You know, there's nobody here. When the wives of the players go home, you know the game is over. I mean, it's time. The thing about this is the all hands team, and these are all the little people. You know, let's say that Novacek and Johnson they're little, but these are all the people with the best hands. They're on here waiting to catch the ball, and they know. Most important thing, Philip.
But I'm waiting.
When Jeff Coat intercepted that pass and went for a touchdown, he knew he wasn't going to get hit by you. These guys know they're going to get hit.
Don't kick it too soon, Jason. Oh, Jason.
Well, they're going to reverse it.
That was pretty clever, but still covered. Although there's a penalty because the Denver Bronco Randy Hilliard was held trying to go for the loose ball. We're promising you that at 24 all in overtime, the Colts and Jets, as soon as the mechanics of the final seconds in Dallas can be exercised.
Scott Case just ran up and tackled that the Denver Bronco pursuer of the football. Randy Hilliard was trying to get over there to get it, and Scott Case said nope, not today.
So that's a non-possession foul, so they'll probably mark off whatever it's called, unsportsmanlike or personal foul, 10 yards or holding, and then Elam will get a chance to kick it again.
The 20-minute clock might run out over this kickoff.
You know, I'm getting to like this onside kick thing. I mean, it's really. I wonder how many they'll be able to kick.
You know, I'm just. Do we have to pay rent for this booth? You know, we've been here for a very long time today, don't you think?
Don't even suggest it. Jerry Jones does have a rate card.
I just saw him roll a couple of beds in here. I think we're going to spend it. This is going to just.
On number 25, receiving
overtime.
That's a defensive holding foul. Penalized 5 yards. It'll be re-kicked from the 30-yard line.
Wow. Before this thing's over, he could be on-siding from the Dallas 10.
Jerry Markbright's been on more than you, Dick.
Well, come on, here's my new hero, Jason Elam, out to try another. You know what I will go home with seriously today is one remarkable play. The Emmitt Smith play, picking up a blitz, knocking a blitzer down, getting back up, and catching a pass that set up a touch. That was an incredible play.
Yeah, it was. And we had a good opportunity the other day, Dick, and we went in and we watched film of the Cowboys, and you were astounded by so many people on that team, how well they could play and execute like they did.
Emmitt's over there telling Jerry how nice his suit is.
Off the Broncos out of bounds to the Dallas Cowboys. Now finally Dallas with 47 seconds will play it from around the Denver. Well, let's see where they mark this.
Now let me tell you, there's a rule in Canadian football. If you go down the field and you hit the ball, you're the last one to touch it going out of bounds on the kickoff, you get the ball.
Well, that's the opposite of a rouge. I think that's mascara, they call it.
It's been a long day, boys.
Barry Switzer. There was word Troy Aikman was quoted as saying that this is an assistant coach and players team, not a head coach's team. But he also told us, Troy Aikman, that this man, Switzer, has been very consistent. Last year, taking over for Jimmy Johnson, didn't want to disrupt, let the team play it out. And he hasn't tried to change and be a big shot this year. He's been the same head coach as he was a year ago. And Aikman was commending Switzer for that attitude and not knocking him for not taking more command.
That's right. He said the players are not looking at another new head coach this year. There's no transition. So I think that was important for the players to know. They got the real Barry Switzer last year, and he didn't change, and they've responded for him.
Wade Wilson's in there taking a snap so he can get his letter.
You got the old kneel down. One more to go, and this one finally official. And that'll run it out. The Dallas Cowboys beat the Giants 35-0, and the Broncos today 31-21, led by the Stars. Aikman 2 touchdown passes and a score on the run. Elway and the Broncos managed 3 touchdowns but fall by a 10-point margin. The final score again 31-21. Now let's send you to the Meadowlands. The Colts and Jets, Tom Hammond and Bob Trumpy.